morning, guys. So let's have our meeting.
Hey, look at this article, it's blowing up online. The industry isn't opening up, our engineering and computer science degrees are completely useless. We're going straight into the black hole of unemployment.
Breathe, Wiki. Put the phone away and look at the table. Our target is the manufacturing sector, specifically the electrical, electronic, and optical product as the sub-economic activity. As a fresh graduate, it is our job to crack the code over this problem. So, let's stop panicking and analyze the data.
The core data stream is open. We need to look straight at the hard telemetry to see if the sector is AI resilient or if we are walking into a shrinking entry point. Let's get to work.
Ethan, bypass the first firewall. Open up our distributed statistics summary. Let's look straight at our growth potential, which is jobs created.
Wait, before you throw the numbers at me, can you say in plain English? What is the difference between field jobs and jobs created?
It's simple. Think of field jobs as the total number of people in a factory currently holding down a paycheck. It shows that how big the industry is. So, on the other hand, jobs created is the brand new open chairs that weren't there before. It tells us that the industry is actually accepting people like fresh graduate and also us to be part of the industry as well.
On average, the sector creates a mean of 0.546,000 brand new jobs every single quarter. To back that up, the overall size of the sector, the field jobs, holds a massive mean baseline of 149.917 thousand.
But is new job creation stable or are we chasing a ghost?
The baseline is remarkably stable at the bottom, kid. The most common values are modes set at 132.513 thousand for field jobs and 0.472 for new jobs. Because the median values of 134.314 thousand and 0.520 thousand sit right next to these modes, it proves the industry spends most of its time resting comfortably at these stable baseline levels.
Then why is the mean higher than the median and the mode for both metrics?
Because the extreme values are higher, you have a few exceptionally strong quarters that pull the overall average up. However, look at the standard deviation. 62.383 for field jobs and 0.256 for jobs created. These high standard deviations show massive volatility. On the graphs, this means the lines won't be flat. They will show massive, sweeping quarterly shifts and structural restructuring over the 32 quarters.
Let's trace the lines on graph 1. Field jobs and jobs created 2018 quarter 1 to 2025 quarter 4.
Look at the line for jobs created. See how it starts exceptionally high in early 2018, plummets into a massive ditch, and then starts a long steady curve upward after quarter 2 2021. That big dip represents a massive pre-COVID financial slowdown, combined with the global pandemic completely halting industrial activities. The recent upward trend shows the industry aggressively opening opportunities to stabilize the post-COVID economy.
Now look closer at graph 2, histograms of jobs created. The data distribution is heavily skewed. The bars are packed densely within the first three low to moderate classes, from 0.165 to 0.855 thousand jobs. This visually confirms the new jobs creation is usually very conservative and stays low for most periods. See that isolated bar sitting all the way out on the right at the 1.135 to 1.555 bracket? Those are the rare extreme values from early 2018 that put our mean higher than the rest of the data.
But check the vacancy data on graph 3. Frequency, polygon, and ogive of vacancies.
The frequency polygon peaked sharply at the 9.333 midpoint, dropping immediately after. Meanwhile, the accumulative ogive show a steep upward climb through the middle class boundaries, proving that the remaining 17 quarters are heavily stuck in the higher bracket. This tells us that hiring demand is consistently moderately high overall. The industry is aggressively hunting for the talent. It does not skew toward low values.
But look at the data, I still don't get the paradox. Table 2 and Table 3 prove that the baseline capacity is growing, with field jobs expanding to an all-time high of 143.402k in the recent AI era, and vacancies peaking at 9.371k. The total size of industry is increasing, so why are the new jobs created for fresh graduates remaining so low and conservative?
Look at the historical timeline on Table 2 to understand the macro issues.
The severe drop in both field jobs and jobs created during the 2020 to 2022 transition period was caused entirely by one main factor: the global pandemic shock. Lockdowns completely halted physical manufacturing operations, broke global supply chains, and left firms financially struggling. Companies went into survival mode, freezing new hiring and struggling to maintain their workforce, which caused both metrics to hit their lowest period average in the dataset.
Post-COVID, companies scale up fast to stabilize the economy, driving total field job to a peak of 152,773 on Table 3.
Yet, overall employment rose while the new job created remained tightly restricted.
AI and automation are definitely primary catalysts for this rise, but we must practice causal humility. Several other massive macroeconomic explanations are driving this pattern simultaneously.
The core reason new job creation remains so low in Table 2 comes down to a fundamental lack of trust from employers, heavily highlighted by the Penang Institute study. Advanced automation has eliminated simple manual roles, creating an acute demand for highly proficient technical specialists to minimize costly machinery downtime. Because an hour of breakdown costs millions, employers lack trust in untested rookies to manage this complex infrastructure. To avoid risk, firms choose to expand output by upskilling their current, proven workforce, driving field jobs to record highs while actively shrinking new openings for graduates.
And that low number of new opening triggers severe market competition between fresh graduates and expertises. In a cautious post-pandemic environment, firms heavily trust seasoned experts who deliver immediate values with zero training costs. This creates an absolute imbalance of high talent supply, chasing a very low demand for entry-level positions. Fresh graduates aren't just competing against their peers anymore, they are competing directly against experienced veterans who are willing to take lower entry points just to secure a spot in a growing sector.
So here is the final takeaway for every graduate, employer, and stakeholder watching. The electrical and electronics sector is not shrinking. It is structurally expanding and running the modern digital economy. But the doors are only open to those who possess true technical proficiency.
So the lack of trust isn't a dead end, it's a call to action. We don't just need a degree, we need to upgrade our skills, master advanced automation, and prove that we can handle infrastructure of the future.
Exactly. This sector is highly exposed to AI integration, making technical knowledge balanced with AI era adaptability your ticket to success. Data transfer complete. Grab the drives, pack up, and clear the room. Let's go build the future.